located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Cover more acres with a pre-owned sprayer or planter from Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer. We offer one of the area's largest selections of used sprayers, applicators, planters, and seeders. Through the month of January, take advantage of fixed rate financing of 3.9% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver. Visit your local Landmark Implement location or view our complete sprayer and seeder inventory at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Rappin with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer.
Blitz is on. Taylor picks it up. Fires. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Canadian Football League Grey Cup champion.
Taylor again, wide open.
And first-team All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
5 for Steve Taylor. That is a new Nebraska record.
Two-time Nebraska high school track and field state runner-up and two-time captain for the University of Nebraska Kearney track and field team, Enrique Alvarez Clary, better known as Rico. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, this is Rappin' with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
We are back here on 93.7 The Ticket. Of course, I am not Rico. I am Jake Bachman in for Rico, along with Steve Taylor. Steve, that's right. How's it going today?
It's good. Rico's going to come back to a $250 fine.
Why is that?
It's because he didn't get done what I told him to get done. Yeah, so Rico, when you get back, just go ahead and have that check made out to me for $200 or cash. I prefer cash.
Yeah, I prefer cash too.
Right here on my desk. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Rico's going to be a busy man here as he is now the producer for the Omaha Supernovas. Of course, here at 93.7 The Ticket, we're going to broadcast those games. We have the flagship station for that, and DP on the call. And Rico will be the producer, so he'll be a busy man. And
so should I increase my fine to $300?
He's gonna get paid a little bit. You can fine him a little bit more.
Yeah. I'll give it to him. This is really like the third or fourth offense, but I'm just gonna fine him this one time. He's out of warning, so he's gonna get fined every time he screws up now.
Yeah, fair enough. He might stop working with you if you keep fining him.
I don't miss not seeing his pro.
Yeah, you don't miss him.
But now you got this wolf man.
Yeah, I got the beard going.
Was that new or what?
No, I usually have a beard. I accidentally shaved it too much, and then I didn't want to cut the whole thing, so I tried to blend it in. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, no shave November is gone.
That's
so.
right. How's dry January going? Right for you?
I'm still dry.
Are you
And
still?
dude,
Nice.
it's
Good job.
been easy peasy.
Has it not been too tempting?
No. Well,
Nice.
It was tempting yesterday because my wife belongs to this wine club, right? And so we got our delivery. Half the wines were frozen, and the corks were they burst out.
Oh no.
Yeah. So she had like almost a half a dozen of damaged wine.
Yeah.
And so she has it sitting up there on our countertop. It came in on last night or night before. So it's sitting there and it's all thawed out now. And that's the only time I thought a glass of wine would be nice.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's been great. I'm kind of impressed with myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
No, it's been good. I feel better. I'm sleeping better.
Yeah.
I think I've already lost like 5 pounds.
Nice.
That was one of the main objectives too, was to lose some weight. But I think I've lost about 5 pounds. So I'm trying to get below 220. So I think I'm like 221.3 or something
you're right
like that.
there.
I'm right there.
Yeah.
So, and it's been what? Since January 7th, since my birthday, January 6th, that I had my last drink. And it was just really for dry. It's weird. After I said that, I got some text messages from friends giving me all this advice. I'm like, dude, I'm not in recovery.
Yeah, you're not an alcoholic.
I'm not an alcoholic.
Have a New Year's.
It was just like something to do just to be better and just to do it. And it was dry January. So for me, it's been relatively kind of easy.
Yeah.
Except for that, when I saw all those nice little glistening bottles of red and white sitting there in half or, empty or whatnot, I was tempted to have a drink. And we had, my wife made some lasagna and she made a Caesar salad. And it'd have been nice to have a glass of red wine for dinner. So
Pairs well with some stuff.
It does. So, but no, it's been good. It's been good. And I feel good.
Well, you're asking me too why I told you last week I was very entertained by this show because you and Rico were arguing. I think part of it was that you had just said, I'm going to do dry January.
Yeah.
And then it was just a few days in and you're
I
like,
needed a drink right after the show. I needed
No,
a drink. And
I'm going to get a drink.
I couldn't have a drink. I was like, Rico was killing me that day. I don't know what it was. And then you tell me it was entertaining radio. I'm like, really?
I was entertained.
Now it's reality?
Yeah.
Radio? Jesus, come on,
good.
man. What are we coming to? All this great football talk we can have and everything. And I guess it is what it is. So I guess it was fun. So, but I found out now I argue less with my wife because I'm exhausted from the show.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Does she appreciate it then?
I think she does. I think she,
that could be helpful.
We get bored sometimes, so we just pick a fight.
Yeah.
One of us picks a fight just to live,
That's what I always call couples fights. You're kind of fighting about nothing.
Hey.
People on the outside are always like, I don't know what
I would love it if we had like make-up sex fight, but that doesn't
well, that's
happen.
part of what you set it up for,
I
right?
know, but I'm striking out there. So
okay.
I'm losing, right?
Yeah, you got to tweak something there.
Yeah,
we'll
I'm like, have you ever heard of make-up sex fight? And she's like, not happening. I'm too mad at you. It doesn't work that way. So,
you can't bring it up.
anyway.
You got to the right moment. You have to have a feel for that.
Sometimes I'm not the most tactful person in the world, so I struggle with that. But I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it.
Yeah,
I'm working on it. I'm still working on my Ted Lasso stuff. I'm still working on that.
Nice.
Just trying to be Ted Lasso. Just trying to be a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have some really nice friends. Like I got 2 friends. I swear, 3 actually. They're just the nicest people in the world. They're just nice. And I just wish I could be nice like that.
Sometimes it gets you in trouble if you're too nice. I'm somewhat of a nice guy. Sometimes I get walked on here.
That's better than being in trouble. I'm not a drama guy or nothing, but it's just one of those things I just wish who doesn't want to be liked by everyone?
Yeah.
I mean, I just wish I could. And I'm a nice guy to some people, but I'm just not like a nice guy that's nice to everyone.
Yeah.
And just nice.
Well, Nebraska.
I'm working on it.
Husker fans like you, so you got a big crowd of folks.
Depends on who you
like you. Yeah. Maybe not all of them, but most of them. And I want to get into your expertise a little bit on that because Nebraska did hire a new quarterback coach, who, of course, being one of the best quarterbacks at Nebraska of all time. I have a good perspective on this. Glenn Thomas comes over from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep.
He was coaching with Matt Rule at Baylor and Temple, and not just coaching with him. He's the offensive coordinator at both those spots. Most recently coordinated an offense at Arizona State, also did so at UNLV.
Yep.
So it's an interesting hire. Marcus Satterfield will remain as Nebraska's OC, obviously, but moved to coach tight ends. And Thomas, again, was co-OC at Baylor under Rule, OC at Temple in 2016 when Sat went off and took the Tennessee Tech job So a lot of history there.
Yeah, the resume is impeccable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. It's going to be interesting to see how the dynamics work out, because he's the quarterback coach, but Satterfield is the offensive coordinator.
Right.
So kind of right there, just with the titles and what I'm envisioning happening, there's kind of there's room for still a disconnect. So, and I had this conversation with Scott Frost and his quarterback coach when Adrian Martinez was going through all of this stuff. I wanted to see what was the disconnect, what was the problem. And I went and talked to Adrian. He said, it's weird. He said, Steve, and I went to the quarterback meeting, and what's his name?
Verduzco, yeah. Mario Verduzco
would be in the meeting going over all the reads and the plays and everything, right? And Scott was nowhere to be found. But Scott will call the plays sometimes in practice and then during the game. He will call the plays.
Mm-hmm.
So an agent said, well, we will actually go over something in meetings with Verduzco, everything, and then we'll go out there in the field and practice, and then Scott will come over and say, well, what are you doing? The agent will go, I'm doing what Coach Verduzco told me to do in the meeting.
Yeah.
So there's a disconnect there. And then Frost at one point took over calling the plays, which was strange because he wasn't there at the quarterback meetings, wasn't going over the game plan, coaching your quarterbacks, but then he would get in the game and he would just call the plays. So there was a disconnect there. And this seems to, depending on how the roles are with the new guy and then Satterfield, how that's going to play out. Because with me, I've always had a quarterback. First of all, we didn't have quarterback coaches when I was playing. Your offensive coordinator was your quarterback coach. Tom Osborne was our quarterback coach.
Okay.
In Canada, Mike Farragelli was our offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. John Huffnagel was our quarterback coach, offensive coordinator.
So you never had just a quarterback.
We never had an independent quarterback coach. I mean, they got a gazillion coaches now, right?
Oh yeah.
So there was no room for disconnect. So when we game plan or went through all of our meetings, the quarterback coach, offensive coordinator was in the meeting, directing everything, organizing everything, creating and all that stuff, and going over all your reads, your fundamentals, running the football checks, all that kind of stuff, right? And then you go over your game plan. So he's teaching you, he's coordinating everything. So you're on the same page. There's not a third person in there for a disconnect to get screwed up. So that's going to be interesting to see how they designate those duties. Like, is Satterfield just an OC on paper? Or is he going to still be actively involved in coordinating and being involved in all the meetings? Because you can't be in a quarterback meeting and also in the tight end meeting.
Right.
Right? So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, and
that's the part that's a little concerning to me at this particular point, but we'll see how they manage that and how their duties are divvied up.
I thought that was interesting too, because Rule in his time in college has had 3 offensive coordinators, and Satterfield and Glenn Thomas are 2 of them. Thomas, by the way, was co-offensive coordinator during his time with Jeff Nixon, who is now at Syracuse and has been hired. So not much to say there. It's just that it's familiarity. He's worked with both these guys before. Definitely. But I do find it kind of interesting if the offense struggles for a few weeks and play calling comes into question. It's not like
the first thing would be who's going to call the plays. Will it be Satterfield, or will Satterfield be up top in the press box? Where was he this year? Was he on the field?
I believe he's on the field for most part. Yeah.
All right. So now, will Satterfield be up in the press box calling the plays, and then the new guy, the quarterback coach, will be on the field actually sending the plays in, and they will correspond, on the headphones and headset, that kind of stuff. So we'll see what their approach is with that.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
That would be nice as you kind of visualize it, to have him come back to the sideline to his quarterback coach and his OC can see from up top. But I think there were games, and I'd have to go back, and I apologize. I do think there were games where Sat was on the field and then where he did also go up to the booth, like trying it out. But just visually in my mind, it's a good thought to think, okay, the OC can see everything from up top. He's not relying on information being handed to him.
Yep.
And your quarterback has somebody to go to on the field. So I think it could work out really well.
No, it can work out.
Yeah.
It just depends on how they do that. And you can't have 2 people calling the plays. That's very tough.
Yeah.
That's very tough. I've never experienced, not to say it can't be done. We just got to see how they handle that. Exactly how instrumental will this quarterback coach be, right? So are they making a new position for him? Because they should be maxed out at coaches, right?
Well, the thing,
explain that to me.
Yeah, they're moving some things around. So they had a tight end coach last year getting a little bit of trouble. They had to let him go right before the season. So they moved an analyst.
Wait, was that the guy at DUI?
Yep. Yeah.
So did they not have a tight ends coach last year?
They moved an analyst to the tight end position temporarily, basically for the season.
Okay, so he's going back.
He's going back to analyst. So now they have the spot open, and Satterfield will now move to tight ends.
Okay.
And Thomas will take over at quarterback.
All right. Well, like I said, it's all about how they divvy up their responsibilities. See if it's gonna work.
Yeah, it's an intriguing time, interesting time for Nebraska football, and a big quarterback class coming in, 2 freshmen. Of course, Heinrich Harburg sitting there. We could talk a little bit about the quarterback room he is inheriting, as well as some NFL playoffs coming up and just some different things around the sports world. This is Rappin' with Rico and All-American quarterback Steve
Rico's
Taylor.
not here. It's
no
Rappin'
Rico.
with Bach.
Rappin' with Bach today. We're changing the title. We'll be back after this.
We wait all pro football season for the big game. But will you come out on top? Warhorse Festival of Games is putting you at the center of the action with 2 chances to win big. Earn entries for our $100,000 prop card challenge daily at Warhorse Casino Lincoln. Enjoy slots, sports wagering, and horse racing. Then make your picks about the big game to be eligible to win. Qualifying entries will also be put in the running for your share of the $20,000 grand prize drawing. Increase your luck for the drawing by playing free online games on the Festival of Games website. Skip the trip to Vegas and get in on the big game right here at Lincoln's favorite place to play. And if that's not enough, our $1 million bracket challenge for college basketball is coming soon. Full details are online at warhorsecasino.com. Warhorse Casino Lincoln, just minutes from downtown at Highway 77 and West Denton Road. Why not today? Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Husker fans, your Nebraska wrestling team needs you at the Bob Devaney Sports Center for a Big Ten matchup on Sunday, January 21st against the Purdue Boilermakers. The duel will begin at 1 p.m., and the first 200 fans will receive a Nebraska wrestling blanket. For more information or to secure your tickets, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111.
It's Pro Time Nebraska. The Omaha Supernovas, your Major League Volleyball team, is playing in the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation match on January 24th against the Atlanta Vibe at the CHI Health Center. Be a part of history and visit supernovas.com to secure your single match tickets today.
Today's agenda includes office meetings this morning, followed by a client lunch, then back to the office for another meeting, and ending the day with a presentation at a client's office. When you are on the go, you need an office phone that goes with you. At Hamilton, our business phone systems make it easy to sync your office phone features to your cell phone for quick and seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you need better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Husker fans, your Nebraska wrestling team needs you at the Bob Devaney Sports Center for a Big Ten matchup on Sunday, January 21st against the Purdue Boilermakers. The duel will begin at 1 p.m., and the first 200 fans will receive a Nebraska wrestling blanket. For more information or to secure your tickets, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111.
Ooh, what a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Ooh, what a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Back to Rappin' with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back live here at 1040 O Street, the new 93.7 The Ticket location. As you can hear there, the Mill partnering with us. If you haven't been down here, it's a good place to be, a cozy place to be on a cold day, so we have some visitors coming in right now.
They had a ladies group on there, and their lunch, they had some type of wrap and some nice looking salad. And
oh, yeah.
Looked delicious.
How have you been handling, I don't know how I haven't asked you this, how have you been handling this awful weather, like 30 degrees below or whatever, you know?
It's easy.
Yeah?
I lived in Canada.
That's true.
I lived in Edmonton.
Yeah. Was it like this?
Oh, man, it was my rookie year. Of course, you get up there in the summer was great. It was like, it doesn't get really hot. It was 70, 75. It was like a good day. If it got to like 80, that was like a really good day. But we bike ride and we went, first of all, when we drove up there, I went up there in May. It snowed. I never got in May. I had a picture and I was grilling out and there was snow all over the place. I was like, okay.
But it was good weather.
It was snowing in May, dude.
Yeah.
May. Like,
but you're grilling out and
matter of fact, it was late May. Because I used to leave here like late May, camp. Maybe it was early May. I can't remember. I think I left early May. I had the whole month. Camp started in June, and then we had our first preseason game in July. But it snowed sometime in May. I never forget that. I'm on my grill, and I was like, okay, this is ridiculous, right? So anyway, so the whole season it goes on, and then we're practicing No, we had the season, Grey Cup, all this kind of stuff. And we're there in December. My wife and I, we weren't married at that time, went out and bought a nice little tree, all the ornaments and everything. I had bought this new condo and my second condo, and we decorated the tree. And we woke up one morning and the windows were just like frozen, right? And it was like, my wife read something. If you walk outside in less than like how many seconds, your skin is going to freeze.
Oh, man.
Dude, it was so cold.
Frostbite.
We said, we're going back to Nebraska. So we took all the ornaments down, gave the tree to a neighbor, and we just jumped in our car and we drove home. And it actually was a great thing to happen. So I was going to be gone for just a couple of weeks, right? So we come back, and it was cold. It was cool here, but it wasn't cold like Canada, right?
Yeah.
But man, it was so cold up there. And it gets dark like at 4 o'clock, 4:15, and it was just cold. And so I come back here and I go to the stadium, walk into the room. Coach Osmond's there in a meeting, and we're talking. I say, "Hey, Coach, what's going on?" But I never forget this because they made fun of me because I had this big transportable cell phone.
Oh, nice.
Time, right?
That was cool back then.
Yeah, you take it out of your car, and one guy said, "Dude, who are you walking around with a phone?" I didn't know what I was doing, right? So anyway, I walk out of the meeting, and then Coach Osborne comes walking out, and he goes, "Hey, Steve, you got a minute?" And I was like, "Yeah, Coach." He goes, "I was looking over, and you're like 9 hours from having your degree." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. I got physics left, French 202, two hard classes, right?
Yeah,
I had some classes, right?" And I said, "Yeah, I know." He said, "Well, you should come back and finish school because the longer you stay out, it's tougher to come back and get your degree." And I was like, "Okay." So I checked into the Resident Inn and stayed in the hotel for that semester.
Did you really?
Yeah,
and finished.
It was cold. I wasn't going back to Canada.
Yeah.
It was cold.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
I was like, why not?
Yeah.
But it was one of the best things. It was one of the best times I ever had. I took 6 hours. I went to a pre-session, the first 5-week summer session. I took French and physics, and I used to ride my bike to school. And I just went to school for like 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
I've never had that experience. I could sit outside after class, watch all the girls go by, hanging out the Union, had plenty of time to study.
That doesn't sound like a bad couple months, right?
I had a little bit of money, so I wasn't worried about money, right?
Yeah.
It was fun. I mean, I felt that's the first time I've ever really felt like a student. Because
that's cool. Outside the athlete.
Yeah, when you're playing football, you got classes in the morning, you go to lunch, you go to meetings, you practice, then you go and have dinner, then you have study table if you have to go, and then you do that every day. You're always booked. And I had so much time throughout the day. So I just enjoyed it. So I took like 6 classes and came back. I said, I'm coming back next year and just going to take 3 classes. And came back next year and took 3 classes, and that's when I got my degree. But it was awesome.
Do you still know your French?
Parlez-vous français?
Oh, you do know a little
Comment
bit.
allez-vous?
I have no clue what you're saying.
Yeah,
I didn't think
everyone knows that. But no,
but yeah.
It came in handy a little bit in French because I can make out some of the signs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But no. So that's my cold weather. But it's so cold up there, it's ridiculous.
Did they have any domes in the?
We had the Sky Dome in Toronto, and we had. I got to tell you my BC Place story. We had BC Place in Vancouver. Those only domes, but you don't have a dome in Edmonton. You don't have one in Saskatchewan. And you don't have one in Winnipeg, which is freezing cold.
Yeah,
Manitoba, dude. Played in Winnipeg in 1991 Grey Cup, -60 wind chill.
Oh my goodness.
Rocket Ishmael ran a punt back to beat us. It was we threw the ball 45 times. It was -60 wind chill, colder than the Kansas City Chiefs game.
How much does the as a quarterback the cold, the wind affect it?
Yeah, it affects you
quite a bit.
Yeah, I could never throw with a glove. Danny Barrett threw with a glove. I could never throw with a glove on my right hand. It's just getting hit, man.
Yeah,
and the ball gets really crisp. Really, I mean, the threads used to cut your finger because it's especially if you had a new ball. Back then, we all play with new balls. You can just play with. I would love to play with an old ball because it's scuffed up, it's roughed, and everything.
Yeah,
but the new balls are slick because they got like this slick coating on them. And it's cold, man. It's just hard. The receivers are tough because we threw the ball pretty hard too.
Well, that's interesting because I've heard obviously wind can affect the passing.
The wind
that impacts more than the cold. Do you think?
No, man. The cold is brutal.
Cold's just as bad.
The cold, man. You get a face mask on your helmet.
Yeah.
The cold is brutal, dude.
You see Patrick Mahomes' cracked helmet?
The surface is like concrete. I wore turf shoes in Edmonton. We didn't have, we don't have that kind of money in Canada. We don't have a heated field.
Yeah.
Right? Kansas City, right? But I wore actually turf shoes in Edmonton because we played on natural grass, but the turf was like frozen. And so you couldn't wear cleats. So I just wore turf shoes. Yeah, it's brutally cold, man. It's way too cold. I played in the summer. I got pictures with me with a turtleneck on because we start, and by the time you finish, it's night, dude. It's cold. I never wore flip-flops, never wore sandals in western part of Canada.
Yeah.
It's too cold.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never thought, because I don't know. I guess when I think of just playing up in Canada, you think a little bit of the cold, but
no,
is it the regular season's pretty?
It's chill. It's chill. And when you get into like October, November, then that's when it gets cold.
The playoffs.
The playoffs, rough. It gets cold, man.
Yeah,
it gets cold, and it's not fun.
Did they move their Grey Cup around as far as?
It moves around. Yeah, it moves around to all the different provinces. Winnipeg, Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary. We had 1 year we had it in Calgary. The year we didn't go, we had it in Calgary. We missed it. We lost it. We lost to Danny McManus with BC. Anyway, so no, we lost to Edmonton. Damon Allen, Edmonton. We lost there, and it was a snowy game. But yeah, no, they moving around. It's fine. And they sell it. They get like 50, 60,000 for the Grey Cup. It's a big deal in Canada.
Does it? Yeah. I do feel too, watching some of these playoff games that got so cold. Like and obviously there's a lot of pride. There's a lot of money goes into it. Yeah. But at a certain point, I'm just thinking, maybe we could just wait till it's a little warmer. But that's part of the home field advantage.
Yeah, it seems like it gets later and later, right? It seems that way. But it just depends on Mother Nature. I mean, we had some games where it wasn't as cold, but you just never know what you want to get. But why not start sooner? Because it's less likely to be freezing cold.
Well, and it's just crazy too, because like Sorensen is as diehard a Dolphins fan as you'll find, and he was turning down tickets to go to Kansas City, and I don't blame him, because it's like I think maybe when you're younger you feel like I'm a bigger fan if I stay through, but if you're going to reach a certain age, you're like I'm going to watch on my big screen and nice warm,
Even with Nebraska football, I played in Iowa State my senior year, and it snowed the entire game. It snowed, and it was cold. It must have been like maybe 20-something degrees. Actually, it was one of the best games I've ever played as far as like just grading out wise,
really?
And that kind of stuff. I played great. But dude, it's cold. It took me a year to learn how to play in the cold. And really you have to dress for it. Like some of those guys were going sleeveless. That's just nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Put on a shirt. I wore like the ski wear underneath. So your body actually will stay insulated and stay warm. It's your extremities that will get cold, your fingers and your toes.
Oh, yeah.
That you got to keep cold, and you got to cover your neck. I started wearing a turtleneck, and that was a huge difference in everything. So, but no, when you're young, you hear it playing on the frozen tundra, rain, sleet, and snow. That all sounds good until you do it for 12 years. Then you're like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
The younger players can get up for it a little bit more than the veterans, you think?
Yeah. That's something to prove. The veterans like, no, I'm going to get warm.
Yeah.
I'm going to dress for it.
All right, let's take a quick break. You listen to Rappin' with Rico. I'm Jake Bachman in for Rico today. Rappin' with Rico and All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. We'll talk some more playoffs and Husker football coming up next year on 93.7 The Ticket.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Vershawn Jackson, the captain here for The Body Shop. And man, did they hook me up with a great massage recently. The captain has a lot of stress in his life, as many people do. And for 1 hour, it was all relieved. The team at The Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage. They hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Husker fans, your Nebraska wrestling team needs you at the Bob Devaney Sports Center for a Big Ten matchup on Sunday, January 21st against the Purdue Boilermakers. The duel will begin at 1 p.m., and the first 200 fans will receive a Nebraska wrestling blanket. For more information or to secure your tickets, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111.
Are you in the market for a new garage door or need to repair your old one? It's wintertime, and that means snow, wind, and freezing temperatures, all things that can cause sticky locks and damage to your garage door. If you're experiencing any issues with your commercial or residential garage door during the winter months, call Cameron Hall and his team at Doors Plus. Don't be trapped outside in the cold because of a poorly maintained garage door. Call Doors Plus today at 402-590-5800 or visit them online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Is your furnace operating like you think it should? Find out with a service check now from the pros at Bryant. No matter what make or model, Bryant will perform a thorough system check to make sure you're good to go this winter. Bryant also offers free second opinion heat exchanger checks. Before you spend thousands on a new furnace, let Bryant check it free. Anytime you need furnace service or repair, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. We do whatever it takes.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
A lot of people in the summertime think, gee, I want to build a new home. By the time they go through the process of sitting down, getting the permits, and getting the home started, the home isn't done until January or February.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, and they've built neighborhoods in and around Lincoln for over 25 years.
I think the best time to start designing your new home is the month of January, because get an early start on it. Sit down, the snow's flying. Let's sit around the table. Let's drop some plans. Let's put numbers together. Let's get a budget put together. And let's get that thing started so that the home's done in summer or fall before school starts. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh yeah, this is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry?
The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Back to Rappin' with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here at 93.7 The Ticket. This is Rappin' with Rico and All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
No, we're going to get rid of that Rappin' with Rico. That's done.
We're going to go ahead and announce it. We're going to...
That's why he's getting fined, because he didn't make the adjustment.
Yep. So we're going to go ahead and adjust that name. So look out for that next week as well. But Steve, don't worry. Steve Taylor will still be coming in Wednesday.
Oh, absolutely.
Time slot doesn't change. Yeah, we're all good there. What did you think about the wild card weekend? Did you have any?
Dude, it was awesome.
Yeah, a lot of good football.
It was kind of a letdown because the games you're hoping that we're going to be a game were not a game.
Yeah.
But I just love watching the playoffs. It's just so much fun, and guys are balling out. I mean, you're one and done. That's what's nice about it.
Yeah.
So that's when I watch majority of my football is when the playoff season comes in any sport, because that's when it's just wild. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anytime
somebody's season's on the line.
Yeah. I mean, Josh Allen. Dude, that was phenomenal what he did. I mean, they were balling out. I felt sorry for Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the difference of what the offensive coordinator makes. Because last year they did what they did. And then this year they lost all their creativity when it got to crunch time, when teams have seen what they've done throughout the course of the year. And that's why offensive coordinatorship is so important. Man, we had a new game plan like every week. Wrinkles, different formations, matchups, everything. I mean, you have to learn at least between 10 to 15 new plays just designed for that defense specifically. And it's an adjustment. Like that back, we'll play the game, we come back, we have a rundown, watch film, we have the day off, then we come back. We used to come back that Tuesday, right? And that was just implementing all your new strategies. So majority of our practice was just going over the new stuff that we're putting in, making the adjustments, getting on the same page. And that's why offensive coordinator is so important. And you saw what Kansas City did. You saw the good teams that came out in different formations, different wrinkles, because they've seen what you do. They know your tendencies. And so you have to switch it up. And you have to be creative. And they help a quarterback out dramatically. And I think that's why Hurts fell off like he did the latter part of the year. And I think the offensive coordinator had a big difference with that.
And they were losing left and right toward the end of the season. Do come up short in the postseason too. Bigger disappointment to you, Philly or Dallas?
Oh,
Dallas got.
I'm not a Dallas fan.
Yeah,
and you really can't say it's a disappointment because you were kind of expecting this.
You're right. Yeah,
I mean, so
it's Dallas.
I think it was the biggest letdown and biggest disappointment just in the team not performing.
Yeah,
but I would say them. Philadelphia was just. They were declining. They were losing, but they lost, 5 of the last 6 games or something like that. Yeah. So they were going the wrong way in the playoffs. And Dallas was the other way. They were projecting. They were going up.
Yeah.
And so I really felt sorry for Dak. I really did, because he's a good, solid quarterback. And, once you get that monkey on your back or monkeys on your back, which Dallas has had with Romo, because Romo didn't win a playoff game, right? All those great years, MVP-like seasons, Pro Bowl seasons, and they put so much on the quarterback's shoulders when he's really dependent too on his coordinator, guys around him, their offense and their defense. It's not solely on the quarterback, but you need to play well. And so I was really empathetic towards Dak and what he went through, because he's a good quality quarterback. And then you see young guys, things just go well for like Love. I mean, playoff game on the road, just falling a Hall of Fame quarterback, and he does what he did, right? So he has C.J. Stroud from Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant game, young kid. He gets that monkey off his back right away.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes a huge difference, And so I can relate on both sides of that. So I felt sorry for Dak, because Jerry has just made it very, very difficult for them to do well. He put those high expectations. He compares them to all these great teams that you should never do. He talks them up like crazy, and then they go out and do what they did. So, but Dallas, but I'm a huge Raiders fan, so I don't really care about Dallas.
Too bad.
Well, I love Dorsett and Starbuck and those guys, but no, it was fortunate to see them go down like that.
Yeah, it's kind of a yearly thing where they beat up on teams that aren't 500 and then they get to the playoffs.
Yeah, 12 wins,
lose to the
12
better
wins.
teams.
What 12 wins for the last 2 or 3 seasons?
Yeah, is that enough? Would you, if you're the Cowboys, you hired McCarthy over Jason? Jason Garrett was doing the same thing. Pretty much. He had some faults here and there. They hired McCarthy to get over the edge. It's been 3 years. They haven't got over the edge. Is it time to move on?
The problem is really not them. The problem is Jerry.
Yeah.
Let those coaches coach and let them play. I mean, look what he did to Jimmy Johnson. He tried to be bigger than Jimmy.
Yeah.
I mean, Jimmy was the reason why they did what they did. And trading players, they should have kept the guy, the running back from Ohio State. What's his name? Elliott. Zeke,
yeah.
whatever. Whatever.
Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Yep.
They needed that running. They should have kept him. They just dismantled the team, made it difficult. So Jerry should he's a money guy, handle that and let these coaches and general managers do what they do.
Yeah.
I think that's getting in the way of the Dallas Cowboys. So
that's interesting. What about with the Bill Belichick out there in the open, still wants to coach? He's 71 years old, so you're not hiring him for a 6-year plan. I mean, you got to be a team ready to move. What are your opinions on him? He really, you could argue with his resume, greatest coach of all time.
He should just be done.
You think he should be done?
I mean, I can't speak for him.
Still competitive, it seems like.
Yeah, but man, sometime you got to give it up. I mean, at some point you have to look back, and maybe that's why I wasn't like a GOAT type like player, because at some point you just want to retire. Be appreciative of what you've done, and then just move on. And he's had one of the best runs you could ever have in the NFL.
Can you be appreciative for what you've done, like in the moment, or does it take years after retirement to really appreciate it? For you, did you appreciate what you did at Nebraska? Like drain it?
You appreciate it more when you're out for a long time. I've always appreciated, I kind of left my mark there, so I was always good with that. But to still be referenced, 30 years later, that means you must have done something, right?
Yeah.
That warrants that. So you appreciate it even more. But no, just like Brady, I think Coach Osborne went out. Maybe he would have coached a few more years, but he went out on top. How many players can go out on top?
Yeah.
No, I wish Brady would have been done, but he played that one last year, because what he did after he left New England and then get that championship in Tampa Bay, come on. I mean, that's storybook, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so we'll see what he does. I could see him coming back to maybe try to get a program established or get him turned around a short period. Say, hey, I'm going to do this for 2 or 3 years, and then let someone handle it and go out that way. I could see that, but you got to have the right fit, the right situation. But as far as long term, what franchise would want him long term?
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking he might have to take a spot. You talk about a Dallas or somebody there where it's to get to that next level. You're already there. You need a coach to get you to that next level. Not necessarily a rebuild because he's 71.
Now, see that? Okay, now I'm not firing coaches, but I could see him coming in Dallas and kind of stabilizing that and getting the right people around, and then and let that administration take it the next step.
Well, that would be also interesting, because if it's like you and you say, well, Jerry's the problem. Well, if Belichick goes in and doesn't win, then Jerry.
But he has a type of pedigree and resume that maybe Jerry would stay in his lane.
Right.
Like he kind of did. He did that with Jimmy.
Yeah.
He let Jimmy do his thing and stayed in his lane. But then when they had all the success, he wanted to come in and claim it and say it's all him, and we're the reason why we did what we did, and I'm going to show you, right? That's my armchair thought process on watching what has happened in Dallas. So, but with a guy like, and who's the other guy that went to Dallas? Parcells. Was Parcells in Dallas?
He was at some time. Barry Switzer was there.
Yeah, and see, those guys had enough stature where they can come in and kind of, hey, say, leave me alone. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Let me do this, right? And that's what happens. And then they have some success, and then Jerry comes in and try to, claim it all and make all these changes, and he ruins it.
Well, a quick pivot too, because I did want to ask.
That's what I'm saying about $1 billion guy.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he cares what I think.
That's right. Take that. But that's what we do. We just talk about successful people here and try to
it's
pick at
reality
them a little
radio.
bit.
It's reality radio.
Right.
Yeah.
I did also want to ask you about Alabama. Their starting left tackle, Caden Proctor, has entered the transfer portal. They've had a few different guys enter the transfer portal. Is the dynasty over? Nick Saban is gone. Kalen DeBoer, is that a good hire? What do you think about that?
They got to steady the ship. They got to steady the ship. I mean, that's what's going to be tough. So you need a coach that can come in there and just steady the ship. Say, hey, give me a chance, like what he said. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. I can do this. Right? And he had a great year at Washington, so I think it can be done. So now you got to retain those players. You got to keep those players, and you got to go out there and you got to sell Alabama. Alabama's still going to be Alabama, right? But the tide has turned.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a legend that's exiting. So
and I was
tough.
thinking about it the other day. Like it's tough to follow the legend. We all know that. He could literally win 3 championships and still not quite be what Nick Saban is. No one's going to be. You can't follow that shut up.
That's tough, man.
Yeah,
I did that a little bit. That's tough. And I was following Doug Flutie.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Tough follow up there.
It is, man. But it's a challenge.
Yeah.
All
right, that'll wrap it up for this week. Once again, Steve will be back next week. We're going to debut a little bit a new title for the show, so that will be fun. Any parting thoughts?
If you don't get that done, we're going to find Rico.
Yeah, find Rico if I don't get it done this time. That sounds good. All right, we'll take a quick break, and we will be back with Happy Hour. Again, myself, I'm sticking through 4 hours straight. Austin Orman will join me as well. We'll talk plenty Husker basketball, Husker football, playoffs, all that. Coming up next year at 93.7.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Today's agenda includes office meetings this morning, followed by a client lunch, then back to the office for another meeting, and ending the day with a presentation at a client's office. When you are on the go, you need an office phone that goes with you. At Hamilton, our business phone systems make it easy to sync your office phone features to your cell phone for quick and seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you need better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
93.7